Hello, hello, hello. Let me put on this so I can pin it that we're doing a live card reading for the 7-9 portal. Are you ready? I'm curious to hear how you're all feeling. Hold on, I'm still typing this last word. You know me, keeping it 100 here. So, anywho, I know I really haven't been on much. I'm editing a book, and I was like, you know what? I want to come on and do this reading because this is something that I've been craving to share. I know it's been testy times for a lot of us. We're navigating through a huge initiation. I don't know about you, but we got this. It's definitely been a testimony of our strength and our devotion to why we're here. And I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who have been reaching out and sharing your love and support, because I've been navigating through quite the journey of with my health shit, but I'm connecting the dots myself. Like, I'm a healer. I got this. These doctors, they can't understand what's going on. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna figure it out. And so I'm figuring it out, and I'm working with these cards. I'm excited to be here with you. I just want to do a quick reading for the collective, for those of us who are answering the call to revolutionize the world with our medicine. So I want to hear how you're choosing and showing up and answering the call to revolutionize the world with your medicine. And no, I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. If you want to dive in deep, my program Thrive is the way to go. I've got so much going on, but I just want to do this card reading. So I'm going to work with these three decks. Archangel Michael, classic. This is one of my favorite decks that I've been working with a lot lately, and it's this Saint Soleil Beginner's Tarot deck. The cards are so beautiful. And then this one's the Connected and True Connect. I forget what the name of this one is, but I love this deck as well. This is like probably one of my go-to oracle decks. So as we're clearing out these cards, calling forth the highest benevolence of truth and love and compassion to be with us, to guide us, to nourish us, to support us as we answer the call to revolutionize the world with our medicine and to be divinely guided. So I'm calling on Jesus to come through right here, right now, to clear out and to protect us as we navigate through this journey. We're also coming up in 2 days to the exact conjunction to America's Pluto return. So I just invite you to really be discerning and to really nourish yourself and your needs. So without further ado, let's dive in and really hone in on the energy of the 79222 portal. 7 and 9 are my favorite numbers. So I'm born on the 9th. So I'm all about, the subtle body and just really connecting with the aura, which is 7 and 9. All right, so let's dive in. I'm literally sitting at my desk. All right, you ready? Let's pull some cards. Oh, so beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to share what's on the bottom of the decks, and then I'll do this channeled message here. So we've got resistance. We've got the 9 of Wands in reverse. And we've got write about your thoughts and feelings. Okay. So before I dive into the cards, I just want to talk about the bottoms of the deck right now, because right now, collectively, there is just so much overwhelm going on. A lot of people are being tested. A lot of people are being invited to really hone in and to actually integrate and implement everything they've been studying and learning and investing in, you know, all these courses and certifications and reading all these books and learning from all these teachers and watching all these YouTube videos. And you get it, right? Let me know you feel me on this. So right now, there can be a lot of struggle that's coming on. There's this struggle, and there's moments where you just want to throw in the towel and give up, right? The thing is, you got to face that resistance and rise above it. The key right now is that we are piercing the veil through the last of the manipulation and the mind control that reigns supreme during the Piscean age. I'm writing about this literally right now in my book, but we have to pierce the veil. We're at like the 11th hour of overcoming the last of the residual bullshit from the Piscean age, and we're anchoring in the golden age, okay? So there can be resistance because collectively we're stepping into the unknown. This is all new to us, right? But we came here during this time to be part of the solution. We came here during this time to unleash our medicine, to share our truth, to be part of the solution, right? Solution, your soul. Your soul can overcome any resistance, right? It's your mind that's telling you to flee. It's your mind that's telling you to blah, right? Which is why we need to write about our thoughts and feelings. You need to get it out of your head. You need to get it out of your head, write it down, read it, and see what you're overcoming, right? Like, get radically honest with like, whoa, this is what I've been able to overcome, and I'm releasing it. I just need to share this right now because this is below the write about your thoughts and feelings, was you're on the right path. So you need to give yourself that time and that permission. If you're facing resistance, if you're feeling resistance, if you're confused, if you're stressed, if you're overwhelmed, if you're finding yourself at a struggle, write about it. Get out of your head. This is where the duality reigns supreme. Literally, it's just the very thing that I wrote or I'm editing in my book right now. So let me know. I want to hear how that is resonating for you just as the bottom of the deck. But we're going to dive into these 9 cards that I pulled. Okay, so we'll start here with the Archangel Michael cards. So I have here, God's in charge, go forward fearlessly, and a favorable outcome, okay? God's in charge of this situation, but because you have free will, you need to give God permission to step in and intervene, right? You have free will, means you have to ask through prayer. Jesus, take the wheel. God, help me, lead the way, right? God's in charge through all of this. God is going to help you overcome this resistance. God's here to help you overcome this struggle, okay? You need to understand that you have every right to go forward fearlessly. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Fear reigns supreme in the mind, not in the heart. When you are going forward fearlessly, you're not allowing your mind to take the lead. You're allowing your heart to lead, which is why in this image, you see this golden ball. This golden era is found within the heart. You'll find the answers and you will activate your legacy and unleash your medicine when you hone into the heart. This is where the soul reigns supreme. Fear is part of the mind, right? And it's because you're trapped in old thoughts, limiting beliefs, unprocessed traumas, insecurities. Wake the fuck up. And guess what? When you find justice and you're able to overcome the duality of the mind and you allow this light, your medicine, to reign supreme, a favorable outcome is inevitable because you're leading with the heart. You're staying true to you. You're staying true to you. You're embracing you, okay? I'm happy to hear, spot on, amen, thank you. I'm happy to hear you guys are feeling what I'm sharing here. Okay, let's dive into what the tarot has to say, okay? So we've got 3 of Pentacles reverse, we've got 4 of Cups reverse, and we've got 5 of Wands reverse. Okay. So this disharmony that you've been navigating through, the ego mind, right? Like 3 of Pentacles, when it's upright, is about celebration and hanging out and kicking it with the friends. But you're probably finding yourself alone if you're trapped in the ego. You're edging God out. You're not in this unity consciousness. You're not living in this 5D space, right? There's disharmony and misalignment, and you're finding yourself in conflict. But it takes you making that choice, right? Like you're having this favorable outcome of like, okay, I'm going to choose accordingly. I'm going to face this resistance that the ego is having me trapped in, this overwhelm and struggle. I'm about to like pierce through this. Like that's not me living in my joy, right? So when you have that miracle and that shift of perspective and perception, right? You're having this awareness of like, whoa, it's time for me to snap out of this bullshit, right? Like I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing to lead with my ego. And I'm choosing to see this world from a new outlook because you're getting out of your head. You're writing your thoughts. You're getting out of your own way. You in your way is you allowing your mind to reign supreme rather than allowing God to take charge, to take the lead. And you have a hard time with this because there's fear. There's doubt, like, I'm stepping into the unknown. I need to relinquish this control. Where is this doubt, right? You need to face your doubt. You need to get radically honest with your doubt and choose to switch it up, right? This new outlook, like this new awareness, right? Maybe you need to take some time away from social media and all the noise and just spend some time with yourself. I know for me, having 3 seizures 2 weeks ago, like I feel like I pierced through a veil that's been covering my eyes for the last 30 years, and I'm just feeling so inspired and alive, and I'm just grateful for all of you because you've been by my side through all of this. But with this new outlook, I'm on fucking fire to share with you transmissions and medicine like this reading right now, right? I want to help you recognize that you can choose a new path, right? You can snap out of the bullshit. You can break free from the resistance, but you've got to make that decision. If you want to make that decision to break free from the resistance and to overcome the disharmony and the bullshit and the ego, and you want to say enough is enough with this struggling, like this is not what living my life is about, first, you need to make that choice and have it be a non-negotiable, something you're focused with. And two, you don't have to do this alone. So of course, you can lean on God, lean on your angels, call on your ancestors, Jesus, whoever that you want to call upon to help give you the strength. But it's also important to hone in and call in your soul squad, right? I call people here that hang out with me on social media, that see me, that are seeing the way that I'm seeing things, like they're my soul squad. Like I don't like to use the word tribe. I've branded this word soul squad, but I went to school for this shit, so I love coming up with fun words and stuff like this. But I like to work with my soul squad, and I call on them when I need support, and they know that if they need help, I'm a phone call away. And this is what we need to focus more on right now. We need to come together. This is how we're going to transmute this Three of Pentacles that's in reverse, is when we can come back into collaboration, come back into community, recognize that the lone wolf days are over and we don't need to navigate through this shit by ourselves anymore. So now let's talk about the last card here. So with the Five of Wands in reverse, I want you to know that peace is attainable. You can have this favorable outcome when you give yourself permission to go forward fearlessly, because you know God is in charge. You have to understand that when you allow yourself to breathe, when you allow yourself to say, this ends right here, right now, I'm done with this resistance, I'm done with this struggle, and you're practicing and doing things like writing about your thoughts and your feelings, right? Like, you'll find yourself on the right path. You need to just get out of your head, which is why the conflict card came out, right? So we had conflict, third eye chakra, so your intuition, and birth. So this came out in the order of intuition, conflict, and then birth. So what I'm hearing right now is, like, of course, like, when we look at our minds, or when we nourish our mind, our third eye is part of our minds, right? To me, finding that balance between the head and the heart is finding that balance with the intuition and our heart, okay? So what I want you to understand is, like, of course, like, we need to be practical in terms of, like, being discerning and, like, aware of our surroundings, being conscious. And those are great things that the mind can do. But it's important to not allow the past to dictate and to reign supreme, because then you're not going to find this justice and balance. And we saw here, right? Like, we have here scales and we have here scales. So this is telling me, when you give yourself the time to find balance between the head and the heart, you're going to find a favorable outcome. And I know for me, like, I'm navigating through so many challenges with my mental health right now, of like 5 brain scans and like seizures and losing my memory. But I know, like, God's having me navigate through this, because once I get through this, I can help and share the medicine for other people who may be struggling with their own mental health. And I want to help break stigmas around mental health. But it's all part of the journey of, like, the conflict between the head and the heart. Or if you're finding yourself in these struggles, finding yourselves in these resistance, once you're able to get through it, you're going to have such a deeper sense of compassion, not just for yourself, but you're going to be able to share that out with the world. And this is how we bring unity consciousness, because we can recognize and see each other without judgment. And I think a lot of, like, judgment, and even in tarot, with, like, you see a lot with justice and judgment, but, like, I'm seeing a lot of back with the scales, right? We just need to find this conflict, overcome our own inner conflict between the head and the heart. And when we do, we'll be able to birth in this new outlook, right? We're going to be able to birth in this new reality. We're going to be able to birth in peace and harmony and experience that favorable outcome. So this 7-9 portal, like, I just really invite you to hone in on your subtle body. So that's the 9 in tantric numerology. So the subtle body essentially is what lives on when we die, as well as the soul. So the subtle body is like, hey, here's a song that's playing. It reminds me of someone, right? That's because their subtle body is present. It can also be great for your ancestors or whoever has crossed over when they send like an animal or a song, whatever. Hone in on your subtle body. That's your legacy, right? When you choose your legacy, how are you allowing 7, the aura? Like, what is the resonance and the radiance you are here to share with the world? How are you choosing to be like the sun and the rays, which I think is also coming up because so much of Cancer is ruled by the moon. How are you, with the balance of that, how are you going to allow yourself to radiate your truth and your light? And when you do, you'll break free from this resistance. When you do, you'll overcome the overwhelm and the struggle, and you'll find yourself experiencing this favorable outcome. So all I want to say is, the last thing I want to say is, if you're having a hard time right now, just write about your thoughts and your feelings. Give yourself that space. If you want to dive in deep, I encourage you to check out my program, Thrive. Anyone who's done it has said it's revolutionized their life. It's done so with mine. But all in all, I just wanted to create this reading. I wanted to do one a couple days ago, but there's divine timing, and I needed a break from editing my book because I've just been sitting at this computer for 3 days, but I'm writing a bestseller, damn it. I'm doing it. And I'm recognizing it. I'm breaking free from the resistance. I'm writing about my thoughts and feelings, and I want you to know you are on the right path. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. If you want more information about working with me or experiencing Thrive, send me a DM. If there's someone who needs this message, I encourage you to share it out. Because we're gonna transmute this of the disharmony and the misalignment by coming together. Like, we're here to do this together, right? The lone wolf days are over. We're on the right path when we come together. We're on the right path when we allow God to take the lead, and when we're moving forward fearlessly. I love you. Thank you so much. This was so fun. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. And again, thank you for your love and support while my family and I are navigating through this very challenging initiation that I'm going through. But I fucking got this because I got love from you all, and I appreciate you, and I love you, and there's nothing I want to do but share from that space of overflow. Have a great one. Let me know what you thought. And again, if you want any help or support, hit me up. I'll share with you a link to Thrive. And I'll even send a little discount code right now. I'll talk to you. Have a good one. Take care. Satnam.